Hello, and welcome back to the English Hustle Podcast. I'm Alex, and today we have a really important topic to dive into.
That's right, Alex. Hi, everyone. I'm Maria, and today we're going to talk about something that can really make a difference in your life. Building strong support networks.
Exactly. Whether it's in your personal life or your career, having a support network can be the key to overcoming challenges and reaching your goals.
Support networks are those groups of people, like friends, family, mentors, or colleagues, who provide encouragement, advice, and help when you need it most.
In this episode, we'll explore why these networks are so essential, how to build them, and what makes them strong and effective.
We've got a lot of great content lined up for you today. We'll start by introducing some key vocabulary related to support networks, so you can better understand and use these terms in your own conversations.
Then, we'll dive into a deep discussion on how to create and maintain these networks. We'll share some personal stories and practical tips that you can apply in your own life.
And don't forget about our interactive practice segments. We'll give you a chance to use what you've learned with guided activities and a dialogue practice session.
So stay with us, get ready to participate, and let's build some strong support networks together. Trust me, by the end of this episode, you'll have some actionable steps to take with you. All right, let's dive into some key vocabulary that will help us talk about building and maintaining support networks.
These words are important because they'll help you understand and participate in today's discussion. Plus, they're useful in everyday life.
Let's start with our first word, mentor. A mentor is someone who guides you, gives advice, and shares their experience to help you grow. For example, if you're starting a new job, a mentor can show you the ropes and help you succeed.
Next up, we have alliance. An alliance is a group of people or organizations that come together to achieve a common goal. For example, companies might form an alliance to work on a project together.
Another important word is collaboration. This means working together with others to achieve something. Example: in your support network, collaboration could mean sharing ideas or resources to help each other succeed.
Now let's talk about trust. Trust is the confidence you have in someone's reliability and honesty. Example: trust is the foundation of any strong support network, whether it's with friends, family, or colleagues.
And finally, we have networking. Networking is the process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. Example: networking can help you find new opportunities and expand your support network.
We'll be using these words throughout the episode, so keep them in mind as we move forward.
Now it's your turn to practice. Let's try using these words in some sentences.
For example, how would you use the word mentor? You might say, "My mentor helped me prepare for my interview." Pause the video to think and repeat.
How about collaboration? You could say, "Collaboration with my team helped us finish the project on time." Pause the video to think and repeat.
Great. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. That's how you learn. Keep practicing, and soon these words will become a natural part of your vocabulary.
If you're finding it tricky, try to use each word in a sentence later today. The more you practice, the easier it will get.
And if you have any questions or need more examples, feel free to ask in the comments. We're here to help.
All right, Let's move on to our main conversation, where we'll start putting these words into context. Let's get into the heart of today's topic: why support networks are so crucial for success in different areas of our lives.
Support networks can really make a difference, whether it's in your career, personal life, or even social circles. They provide guidance, motivation, and sometimes just a listening ear when you need it.
I can personally say that having a strong support network has been a game changer for me. When I first started my career, I didn't have all the answers, but I had mentors and colleagues who supported me. Example. Story. For example, when I was facing a tough decision at work, it was my mentor who helped me weigh the pros and cons, ultimately guiding me to make the best choice.
That's such a great example, Alex. For me, it was my personal support network, friends and family who helped me through a challenging time. Their encouragement and advice kept me going when I was feeling down. Example story. When I moved to a new city, I didn't know anyone. But slowly through social events and networking groups, I built a support network that made me feel at home.
Support networks aren't just about professional success. They're also about personal growth and well-being. That's why it's important to recognize the different types of support networks we can have.
Exactly. We often think of support networks as being purely professional, but personal and social networks are just as important. These can include family, friends, or even social media communities. Types of support networks: professional, colleagues, mentors, industry contacts; personal, family, close friends, significant others; social, community groups, online forums, clubs.
Each of these networks serves a different purpose, but they all contribute to our overall success and happiness. It's about having a balance and knowing when to lean on each type of network.
And it's not just about receiving support, but also giving it. Being an active participant in your support networks, offering help and advice, makes those relationships stronger.
That's such a good point. A support network is a two-way street. You get out what you put in. So let's talk about some strategies for building and nurturing these networks.
Building a strong support network doesn't happen overnight, but there are practical steps you can take to get started.
One of the most effective ways is through networking events. Whether it's a professional conference or a local meetup, these events give you the chance to meet people who share your interests or work in your field. Networking events. For example, attending a local business mixer or an online webinar can help you connect with others who can become part of your professional network.
Online communities are another great way to build your network, especially if you're shy or if in-person events aren't an option. Platforms like LinkedIn or even Facebook groups allow you to connect with like-minded individuals. Online communities. Joining groups related to your industry or interests can open up new opportunities for collaboration and support.
Once you've started building your network, it's important to maintain those relationships over time. This means staying in touch, offering help when you can, and being genuinely interested in the other person's success. Maintaining relationships. For example, sending a quick message to check in or congratulating someone on a recent achievement can go a long way in keeping the connection strong.
Approaching people to build these connections can be intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Start by being genuine and showing interest in their work or experiences. People appreciate sincerity. Building meaningful connections. For example, instead of just asking for help, try to offer something in return, whether it's advice, resources, or simply a listening ear.
And remember, it's not about the quantity of connections, but the quality. A few strong, reliable contacts can be more valuable than a large network of acquaintances.
Exactly, Alex. So don't rush the process. Take your time to build meaningful, lasting relationships that will benefit both you and your network.
With these strategies in mind, you're well on your way to creating a support network that will help you achieve your goals and overcome any challenges you face.
Let's dive into some interesting and surprising facts about support networks and their benefits.
Did you know that research has shown people with strong support networks tend to live longer and have better mental health?
Did you know that research has shown people with strong support networks tend to live longer and have better mental health? Statistic. For example, a study found that individuals with a solid support network are 50% more likely to live longer than those without one. That's a huge impact.
That's fascinating. It's also been found that having supportive relationships can actually boost your immune system, making you less likely to get sick. Health benefits. In other words, the people around you don't just impact your mood. They can impact your overall health.
Support networks are also essential for success in your career. According to a study, people with strong professional networks are more likely to get promotions and raises. Career impact. Having mentors or colleagues who support your growth can open doors you might not even know existed.
And it's not just about the people you know. How you interact with them matters too. Research suggests that giving support is just as important as receiving it. Helping others can increase your own feelings of happiness and fulfillment. Giving support. So, being part of a support network is a two-way street. The more you give, the more you get back, in terms of both support and personal satisfaction.
Lastly, studies have shown that people who actively maintain their support networks tend to be more resilient in the face of challenges. This means they're better equipped to handle stress and bounce back from setbacks. Resilience and networks. The next time you're facing a tough situation, remember that leaning on your support network isn't just okay, it's essential.
Now, we'd love to hear from you. How have your support networks impacted your life? Share your experiences in the comments below.
We'll take a moment to read through some of your comments and respond live. This is your chance to be part of the conversation. Example comments. Comment 1. One listener writes, "My support network helped me through a tough job search. Without their encouragement, I don't think I'd have made it." That's such a powerful example of the impact support can have. Comment 2. Another listener mentions, "I've found that being part of an online community has been a great way to stay motivated during my fitness journey." It's amazing how these networks can span across different areas of life.
These stories show just how vital support networks are, not just for achieving success, but for maintaining our well-being. Keep those comments coming. We love hearing from you.
And remember, if you haven't yet built your own support network, it's never too late to start. Take the first step today, and you'll be amazed at the difference it can make in your life.
Maria, do you remember when we first started working on this podcast? I was a bit nervous, but having you as a part of my support network really made a difference.
I totally remember, Alex. Having someone to collaborate with not only made the process smoother, but also more enjoyable. That's the power of a good support network.
Absolutely. And it's not just about professional support. I recall how your advice helped me when I was dealing with some personal challenges. It's so important to have trusted people to turn to.
Exactly, Alex. I believe that trust is one of the foundations of any strong support network. Without trust, it's hard to build meaningful connections. Breakdown. Key vocabulary. Collaborate, support network, trust. Explanation. Collaborate means working together on a common goal. Support network refers to the group of people you rely on for help and advice. Trust is the belief in the reliability and honesty of someone else. Listeners, repeat after us. Collaboration strengthens our support network. Try to use the word collaborate in your own sentences today.
One thing I've learned is that a strong support network doesn't just appear overnight. It takes time to build. You have to be proactive about reaching out and maintaining those relationships.
That's true, Alex. I think the key is consistency. Regular communication, whether it's a quick check-in or a longer conversation, helps keep those connections strong.
And it's also about reciprocity. Being there for others when they need support. It's a two-way street.
Exactly. Just like when you helped me prepare for that big presentation. I felt so much more confident knowing you had my back. Breakdown. Key vocabulary. Proactive. Consistency. Reciprocity. Explanation. Proactive means taking action before it's needed, not waiting for something to happen. Consistency is about doing something regularly, keeping things steady over time. Reciprocity refers to the mutual exchange of support or favors. Listeners, try this sentence. Being proactive helps me build a strong support network. Practice using the word consistency in a sentence with a friend.
Another aspect we should highlight is the importance of diversity in a support network. Having a mix of perspectives, experiences, and skills can be incredibly valuable.
Absolutely. A diverse network means you're not just relying on one type of support. You can get advice on a range of issues from different people.
That's right. And this diversity also helps us grow by exposing us to new ideas and ways of thinking.
And don't forget, having people from different backgrounds in your network can also open doors to opportunities you might not have otherwise considered. Breakdown. Key vocabulary, diversity, perspectives, opportunities. Explanation. Diversity means having a range of different people, ideas, or things. Perspectives refer to the different ways people see or understand something. Opportunities are chances or possibilities that can lead to success. Listeners, repeat. Diversity in my network helps me see new opportunities. Try discussing the word perspectives with a friend or family member today.
Now that we've gone through this dialogue, we encourage you to practice these sentences on your own or with a friend. Remember, the key to building a strong support network is through collaboration, trust, and being proactive.
And don't forget to use today's vocabulary in your conversations. The more you practice, the more natural it will become.
We hope this dialogue gives you some ideas on how to strengthen your own support network. Keep practicing, and you'll see the benefits in no time.
Listeners, try creating your own dialogue using the new vocabulary we've introduced today. It's a great way to reinforce what you've learned.
Let's start by identifying who's in your current support network. Maria, Who comes to mind when you think of people you can rely on for advice or support?
Well, I think of my mentor at work, a close friend who's always there for me, and my partner. They all play different roles in my life.
Exactly. Now, listeners, take a moment to think about who is in your support network. Write down the names of 3 to 5 people, just like Maria did.
It's also important to think about what kind of support they provide. Alex, how about you? What roles do your network members play?
For me, it's my colleague who helps with career decisions, my sibling who offers emotional support, and a peer group I meet regularly for brainstorming. How about you all? Consider the roles your support network members play.
And if you realize there are areas where you need more support, like career guidance or emotional support, think about who you could reach out to.
Now, let's create an action plan. How can you strengthen these relationships? Maybe schedule regular check-ins or reach out to someone new.
You can pause video here for a few minutes so you can write down your thoughts and plans. Take your time before we move on.
Activity 2. Reflecting on your existing networks. Let's reflect on how your support networks have helped you in the past. Maria, has there been a time when your network made a significant difference?
Definitely during a big career transition. My mentor's advice was invaluable, and my friend helped me stay grounded emotionally.
That's a great example. Listeners, think about a time when your network helped you overcome a challenge or achieve success.
Also, identify the strengths and any gaps in your network. Maybe you have strong professional support but need more personal connections.
Lastly, set a goal to enhance your support network. It could be as simple as reaching out to someone new or reconnecting with an old contact.
Pause the episode now to reflect on these points and jot down your thoughts. We'll give you a few minutes before we wrap up this segment.
As we wrap up today's episode, let's quickly go over the key points we discussed. First, we talked about the importance of building and maintaining strong support networks. Having the right people around you can make a big difference in both your personal and professional life.
We also introduced some new vocabulary words that are essential when discussing support networks, like mentor and networking. We hope you found those helpful.
In our main conversation, we shared strategies for creating and nurturing your support networks and how these networks can impact your success. Remember, it's about being intentional and consistent in building these relationships.
And don't forget the fun facts we shared. Support networks have a real impact on our well-being, backed by research and statistics.
As you move forward, think about how you can start building or strengthening your support networks. It could be as simple as reaching out to someone you admire or joining a community that aligns with your goals.
Exactly. Be proactive and take the first step. Sometimes, all it takes is a simple conversation to start forming those valuable connections.
Remember, nurturing these relationships over time is key. It's not just about building a network, but maintaining it and allowing it to grow.
Before we go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the English Hustle podcast. It really helps us reach more people and continue creating content for you.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on today's episode. Leave a comment or question, and we might feature it in our next episode. Also, let us know how you're applying what you've learned today.
Stay tuned for our upcoming episodes where we'll continue exploring topics that can help you succeed. And as always, thanks for listening.